I genuinely feared for my life during this whole incident. We are yet again back at Teamsport Mitcham. I really am loving this track at the moment. So, yeah. After grid series, after a 4th place finish, I felt like doing another race at Mitcham. So, I called up James and I said to him, let's go do a race. And he agreed. Just this time, James isn't exactly slow. James is now the top 10 fastest drivers at Mitcham, which is going to make life hell for me. I mean, I can't believe this nerd managed to get a top 10 fastest lap time. I just can't believe it. But you know what? I'm just going to put the pace side of it to the side, and let's just hope we can get some good racing with James during this 50 lap race. And let's hope we actually have some decent competition in the 50 lap races, because typically you don't find good competition in them. So me and him are kind of praying that we don't just deal with backmarkers the whole time and it'll be an easy podium and an easy medal to take home. Which it did end up doing, but we just forget that. And let's get into the first half of the race. The lights go out and let's get some racing done. Now, I started in the middle of the pack as the staff members said it would be a bit unfair if all of us started first, which is fair enough. But now, I've made up positions all the way up to second now, just after a few corners. I'm not surprised because the whole grid, from what it looks like, is absolutely horrendous. I'm about to make a move on first place, hopefully, in the next coming corners, because I know that this guy is extremely slow and I'm going to claim that first place anytime soon. But never mind. Red flag. Jesus, we're going to get a lot of red flags, aren't we? During this, James made up quite a few positions. What the fuck? As you can see, I am very baffled and confused on how he's been able to do that. It goes green, and now we have got to worry about James in the next coming corners as well, which is going to be a massive piece of hell for me. But now, let's just focus on getting first place first before we have to worry about getting James. Now, going through here, I take the corners extremely well. He's not able to in front. He goes wide. Already know, let's get a dive, probably in the next coming corners. He'll probably be going up the ramp. Yep, it looks like it. I'm going to send it round the outside, use that boost, cut him out, and then get that first place done. Now, we have got to defend for our lives against James now, which is not going to be the best. Because, let's just say, James is very quick compared to me. He should be right behind us in the next coming corners. Hopefully we'll look back in a minute and just check where he is. James isn't going to overtake us just yet because only a lap later the red flag goes out and he's able to catch up because he takes a while to brake. James somehow jumps me off the red flag going into green, and he is now ahead of me and he's got first place. And knowing him, he is just going to shoot into the distance because he knows how to drive this track and I don't. Because let's just say this visit today was, I think it was his 80th time at Mitcham in the past 2 or 3 months or so, which is just ridiculous. So he's clearly got the track knowledge and the pace, and I don't, because I've been about 6 times to this track. I'm not exactly like a local yet. But there is one thing I do have, and that is experience in overtaking. And it's going to show here because he gets shut out by kart 23. And I'm able to close the gap up again. And then I just send it down his inside. Quick tap. I do try to stay next to him. It doesn't work. But we are now stuck behind him again. And lots of traffic is coming up. As I was saying, my experience in overtaking backmarkers is a lot better than his, because he has only been in practice session situations and things like these. So I have the upper hand on that, and I'm going to try to take advantage of that. Like here, he gets into a crash because he decided to rush it too much, going into those corners to try to overtake the backmarkers. But I just kept my calm and overtook them very easily. Now let's try find a point where I'm able to get down his inside again. Many laps later, even though I've not been able to overtake James, I am going to be very cheeky going into the next red flag. Yes, there is another red flag. Here it is, and this is what I do. I was very cheeky, and I just took a while to stop. I know it's cheeky, but you know what? I'll take it. I can't hear you.
You took a while to stop.
I know. That was the plan. After the long-ass red flag, it goes green flag conditions, and let's try get past James. Now, we've got to try find a move pretty quickly. Never mind, he's just going to shoot in front, which is lovely. And then both of us just go smack bang under that barrier. I don't know why, but it's quite a theme for me to go completely under that first tyre barrier, which is lovely. Now we have to deal with backmarkers. That backmarker's already slowed down James, luckily. I'm hoping the drivers in front will do the same. By the way, just so you know, James is first place, I am second place. Just to clear that up. James has to deal with kart 23 again. Luckily, kart 23 is not going to be an issue for both of us. I just take it slow, go around the outside, use the boost, tell him to just stay back. He does listen, luckily, and we're able to get past him. But James has got a decent gap to us now. But there are definitely more backmarkers to come, and one of them is going to be here. You can see all of those drivers ahead is going to be a big problem for James and me, because James won't know how to get past them properly, which gives me time to catch up. But there might be an issue of me even forgetting how to pass these backmarkers properly, which I'm afraid is going to happen. So, going into this corner here, someone spins, not that big of an issue. It's actually another red flag because of that, so all of us just stop at the top here. After a brief red flag, it goes to green flag conditions, and now let's get some racing down. Now, James is going to make a crucial mistake here, trying to get past these two backmarkers. He goes around the outside, I take advantage, go down the inside of him, and now I'm going to try go down the inside of 17. He tries to squish me out, I squish him into the barriers by accident, and he swings me around the outside. James is able to take advantage and get round the outside of him and gets past me in the process. And now he's trying to fight kart 15, trying to get past him. I send it down the inside of kart 15. I do bump him a bit. I do know that was my fault, but I did apologise after the race as well, just to make that clear. And yeah, let's get back to trying to get ahead of James. But sadly, that is going to be it. I'm going to be stuck behind James even when backmarkers do appear. He has such a distance to me that even with the backmarkers slowing him down, that I just can't get close enough to him to actually get a move done, and I stay in second place for the rest of the race. There was a small incident where I almost had the chance to overtake James actually, and it was after I passed this back marker here. He kindly let me pass. I give him the thumbs up to say thank you, and now I've realised ahead that is actually James, because he has been held up by a back marker because he doesn't know the difference between a leader and someone he's trying to fight. And it's going to show here because he spins, slowing down James a ton. And now I am right behind James again. I thought I would be able to get another move done in the next coming laps because it shows that he is starting to slow down a bit. Never mind. Another red flag. Whoa. What was that about traffic again?
No, I'm doing traffic. It's just not the people
Mate, basically, so you guys understand, I said to James that passing back markers is going to be hard because all the drivers are horrible. And he said, we'll be fine, I'll still beat you by a massive margin. I said, no, you won't, because you don't know how to overtake backmarkers properly. I do. And that just completely proved it. So I'm laughing in my helmet right now. Anyway, during that conversation, the yellow flag went out and we thought, it's never gone yellow then green. And then we realised, it's the end of the race. And that is the first 25 laps of this 50 lap race done. Let's get our kart swap done and let's get back out on track. Well, that actually wasn't a bad start to my race. So, we managed to grab second within the first 25 laps, which actually isn't too bad. The only problem is, I know the win is out of the question, unless James miraculously has a bad kart, or his karts keep on breaking, or if there's multiple red flags and multiple back markers that stop him from extending his lead. I'm just hoping it's one of those, and I'm hoping that I don't get any kart issues myself, because that would make my race hell, wouldn't it?
Number 14.
Yes, 14, that's my lucky number! Kart 14 has always given me good luck in races. That should be fine, right? What the? What the? My kart is shaking at the back.
Try to do like a lap. If it's on, then we'll change the part.
What the f*** is wrong with this thing? What the f***? You mother f***! Why the f*** did this happen to me? This kart is shit! How the f*** did the marshal not notice that? He's a f***. Okay, Toby. Calm down. No need for that. So after only what you can call the worst way to break your kart, I head straight into the pits and swap my kart out. And let's just say the marshal wasn't happy. What the fuck? Yep, got it. After hopping into my new kart, I got kart 9. I wait for James and the other guy to pass him and I head out the pits and let's get racing. Never mind. I'm going to stay at snail's pace until the marshal decides to turn my kart on properly. Jesus Christ, Mitcham, this is not a good start. Come on, get my kart working. Come on, I can't just be stuck like this the whole time. Now I am quite a few laps down, and I might as well just wait for James and the other guy so I can actually get some good racing done, and I'm just going to let everyone past in the process. Otherwise, how else am I going to let them catch up to me? After one whole lap of putting up my best act of being a turtle, James has finally caught up to me and now we can have a battle with him. But now, the only issue is that I kind of forgot to build up a bit of a gap to him. So now, as soon as he overtakes me, the gap is just going to keep on expanding. Unless I get past all of these back markers again pretty quickly. Which, knowing me, because I'm a bit of a cautious man at the moment, that is not going to happen. Like here, I just get squished out because I got too rushed. James gets down the inside, does almost turn him into the barrier. Then it almost goes 3 wide. We dives that down the inside of that other driver. I do complain at him, but no worries. Now we've got to try catch up to James again, which is going to be hell. Anyway, let's catch up to these drivers ahead. Let's see what we can do. Going into the hairpin before the down ramp, James is able to make another move down the inside. I'm already thinking, let's dive down the inside of kart 10, going into the hairpin here. I managed to get a move done, and I also break my bones in the process. Because someone spun right in front of me, and that has caused yet another red flag in this 50-lap race. After that red flag, it goes to green flag conditions, and let's get back to racing. Now, we've got to try catch up to the other back markers, which won't be too bad. And we've also got to try catch up to James in the process, and also try keep the other driver behind us. Because, if you remember, there was actually a second driver who was very quick today. And he's definitely going to be a threat. So, we've got to try keep him behind us as well. Which actually wasn't the hardest thing to do, because he actually was quite far behind me until the last couple laps of the 50-lap race. So, if I don't make mistakes like banging myself into the wall just there, we should be fine realistically. But this isn't reality. Let's just remember that. I'll be honest, there wasn't really anything interesting for quite a few laps, apart from a red flag that happens here. I don't know why it happened, but I actually had an interesting conversation with the marshal about the last kart I had. Bro, my wheel came off.
Huh?
My wheel came off.
Wheel came off?
My back wheel on kart 14.
Oh, swear.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not lying. Huh?
This one's fine.
Yeah, this one's fine, but it's a bit cold, so it's slow. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but keep up with James at the same time. After the nice conversation with the marshal, it's green flag conditions, and let's get back to some racing. Now I've realised how close the driver behind me is getting, how close he is to me, so I'm starting to panic a bit, and I can see all of these back markers coming up. So I am really starting to panic, thinking second place is going to be lost soon. I know I'm saying second place when I'm like many laps behind, but they actually gave back my laps luckily, and I've just taken out someone. Marshall, I am apologising to you for that crash. Please accept that apology. I do not want to be taken off track. Hopefully he heard that. But yeah, anyway, it is now still green flag conditions because the guy can easily just spin around himself, so no red flag needed for that. Anyway, let's get to the point where we catch up to all of those back markers. We have finally caught up to the rest of these back markers. It is a massive group of them. This is going to be very interesting. Let's see if I can get past them without any issue. Now, going into the corners here, already thinking, let's go around the outside of kart 6. He is not going to do that. He tries to shut us out without even seeing me. I dive it down the inside. I do flick the hand up to say, what are you doing, mate? And yeah, we are able to get past him pretty quickly. Now, going for kart 12 now. This is going to be just as easy. We're going to take our time here. Try find that move. He's going to try swing it around the outside of 10 and down the inside. I get around his outside. I dive down the inside of kart 10 and I'm able to get past two karts within a couple corners, which actually isn't too bad. Dive it down the inside of this driver here, go around the outside of this driver here, and two drivers again in the next few corners. Jesus, I am really good at overtaking back markers, clearly. James cannot be talking about anything. Anyway, that is it for overtaking back markers for quite a while. But that does not mean that we can't go any quicker, because it looks like the driver behind us has managed to go through that a bit quicker than I have, because he is able to close up the gap a bit, and now I'm starting to worry. I need to get past kart 37 quick, and never mind, there's another red flag. We stop it here, and I think we are actually nearing the end of the race as well. After a long-ish red flag, we get back to racing conditions. Now, it's not going to be too hard to get that gap. We dive down the inside of 37. It does involve a bit of contact, but I don't really mind that. He does try to kind of squish me into the corner. Don't mind that though. Go on a bit of a defensive line just so I know he won't overtake. And now we are good. Now, there's actually going to be another red flag very shortly. And that's because apparently the drivers are very, very clueless in this session. And yeah, it is literally just your average Teamsport session into a 50-lap race. And as I predict after passing the guy who crashed, it is a red flag. And that is the 9th red flag of this race, which is absolutely brilliant. After yet another red flag, it goes green flag conditions, and let's get back to some racing. But there's going to be yet another one, because these drivers are completely clueless. And that is going to be the 9th red flag. No, the 10th red flag, I mean, of this session, which is just absolutely ridiculous now, because 10 red flags in a 50-lap race, just come on. That is really mocking it. Really, really mocking it. There's not really anyone ahead of us, so we've got some open ground, and there's the red flag. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is getting ridiculous now. I'm kind of praying that is the last red flag. It goes green, finally. Luckily, it was only a short red flag, and we go back to racing conditions. Now, let me actually get up my hot lap, and you guys can see how fast I was actually able to go round this circuit. This is my hot lap of Mitcham. I'm just going to let you watch it, no commentary. I managed a 39.252, which I was very happy about, and luckily for me, and this is a guaranteed podium now luckily, it is now 2 laps away from the end of the race, which I am very, very happy about. 2 laps later, we are going through these final corners knowing that I am basically done now with this race. It was fun to race James and the other guy when we had the chances, but now that we don't have to deal with these backmarkers anymore, it feels like a bit of a relief. Going through these corners now, the yellow flag comes out, and that signals the end of the race. Thank God. Oh, James! What, did you see my tyre? Well, that race was interesting. At the start it was alright. We gained a bunch of positions with James and the other guy, and all 3 of us had the podium locked out pretty much. It was just to see who got the win. And then the second bit, well, Mitcham Mechanics, I thank you very much for almost destroying my chances at a podium in the most basic amateur public race that you could ever do at a Teamsport session. But yeah, apart from that, very fun, lots of overtakes, and it actually could have been a lot worse. I could have not gotten my laps back, or I could have just rage quit, which knowing me I could have actually just done, and I might have done. Anyway, the next race is going to be an interesting one. The Surbiton Sprint is back.